Namaskar. Welcome to lesson number 7. So this is the 7th lesson of this course, and we are moving towards the end of the course. So I hope you can find time to watch all the lessons and or to attend live. The one today, we are going to see two very important shlokas, two verses from the Gita. These two, they give a little bit the spirit, they transmit the spirit of the Gita. It's the first chapter, verse number 1, and fourth chapter, verse number 7. So that's what we are going to see today. And let's do a review of what is going on with the course. The first lesson, we talked in general about the Mahabharata. Within the Mahabharata is the Bhagavad Gita. We kind of gave this overview of the historical thing that was happening, the battle, the war between the 5 brothers and the 100 brothers, and the role of Krishna. And we also talk about the inner meaning of this, the 5 brothers representing the chakras in our human structure, the 100 brothers representing all these tendencies of our mind that wants to go in all directions. That was the lesson number 1. Lesson number 2 and 3, we concentrated on the meaning of the word Krishna, because by understanding the meaning of the word Krishna, we understand the profundity or the importance of the Gita, because the Gita is actually the expression of Bhagavan, and Bhagavan is Krishna. So just understanding what Krishna means, it's already helps us to capture the importance of this scripture. And we saw it, the Krishna, the historical Krishna living thousands of years ago. We saw the philosophical Krishna, the meaning of Krishna in philosophy, the one that attracts. We are going in that direction. And we also saw it in the biological point of view, that Krishna is that Sahasrara chakra within this physical structure. And we also talked about the system of Raja Yoga and the meaning of Krishna within that system of Raja Yoga related to the chakras and the Kundalini. So all that we touched in lesson 2 and 3. The lesson 4, we went to meanings of words, Bhagavan, Gita, Bharata, and all the characteristics of Bhagavan, and that Gita is the expression of Bhagavan, and Bharata, why Krishna was using this name in relation to Arjuna, that he is not only to provide the welfare in the physical world, but in all the spheres of life, means psychic, psycho-spiritual, psychic and psycho-spiritual. Then lesson 5 was 3 vital factors, a point of philosophy. It's a point that is embedded in the Gita. The surrender, the questions, because the whole Gita is based on Arjuna asking questions, Krishna giving answers. So that is pariprashna. And number 3, seva, service, doing service. And we may think about what service was being done in the Mahabharata. Well, that was time of war, so it was a warrior service. So that's also a kind of service, and Arjuna was very dedicated to that. So those are the 3 vital factors. Last one, lesson 6, we talked about agragati, means the real progress, spiritual progress. Progress in the physical world is not permanent, in the mental world neither, because mind forgets, mind gets old. So only in the spiritual world there is real progress, and that's agragati. We also talk about this war of this war that is happening all the time, Dharma versus Adharma. And we talked about Mahasambhuti. Okay, so that is a review of the whole course, 6 classes so far, and now we go to number 7. But before we go to number 7, I will ask you a question, and this is the question. I want to know what is the correct answer. So if you can click there and reply, everybody. So which of these statements is correct? 4 are incorrect, but 1 is correct. So which one is that one? Take a few moments and reply to that one. Okay, I think I got most of the people now. All right, so let's see. Okay, it seems all of you have chosen number 3, and that's the correct one. The 2 main characters in the Gita, Krishna and Dhritarashtra, no, it's actually Krishna and Arjuna. The battle is between the 5 Kauravas and 100 Pandavas. Is the opposite, the 5 Pandavas and 100 Kauravas. Dharmakshetra is our physical structure. That's correct. That's the correct one. So congratulations to everyone. The Mahabharata is a part of the great epic Bhagavad Gita. Actually, it's the opposite. The Bhagavad Gita is within the Mahabharata. And the other one, Krishna doesn't play a big role, he's only the charioteer. It's true that Krishna, in the whole war, he's only the charioteer, but that doesn't mean that he doesn't play a big role. Basically, everything is going around him. All right, great. So that was the question, just to get warmed up. Now we go to those shlokas. Let's see the first one. The meaning of this first shloka is, O Sanjay, it means Dhritarashtra Uvacha. It means Dhritarashtra is saying, O Sanjay, now that my children and the children of Pandu have gathered on the battlefield of Dharmakshetra, of Kurukshetra, eager to fight, what is taking place? What's happening? So that is the first verse in the first chapter. The blind king is asking his assistant what's going on, because he can't see. So now let's see the inner meaning. Dhritarashtra, the blind king, is actually the blind mind. Means the mind is the king of our structure. But unfortunately, the mind is blind. And what is the Dharmakshetra? The Dharmakshetra is our physical body, our physical structure. And what's the Kurukshetra? The Kurukshetra is the world around us. And another word, Samaveta. They have assembled together, means the ones on my side and the ones on the Pandava side, they came together. And the last word, Juyutsava, means with a desire to fight. So that, let's continue with the inner meaning. There is one word there called Mamaka. That means mine, my people, the men on my side. So who is saying here is Dhritarashtra. So this shloka starts with Dhritarashtra Uvacha, means Dhritarashtra said. He is talking about Mamaka, those on my side, on the side of the blind king, on the side of the blind mind. And who are those? Those are the agents of the mind. So the blind mind has its agents, the 100 agents. How does it come to be, these 100 agents? First, there are the 10 indriyas. These 10 indriyas are the sensory organs and the motor organs. You can see in the figure the sensory organs, the ears, skin, eyes, tongue, nose. Those are the sensory organs. And the motor organs are the vocal cord, hands and arms, feet and legs, the anus, genital, and those are the 5 motor organs. So there are 10 indriyas. Mind has 10 indriyas. And these 10 indriyas go in all directions. And it is the usual that they consider in philosophy 10 directions. Okay, we know north, south, east, and west. Okay, 4. Then there is up and down, makes 5, 6. And then there is the combination, northwest, northeast, southwest, southeast. So 4 more, that makes 10. It means that we can do actions in any direction using our indriyas, which are the sensory organs and the motor organs. So that is makes 100 possibilities. So these 100 possibilities, these 100 agents of Dhritarashtra, or 100 sons of Dhritarashtra, these are the Kauravas. They are the supporters of materialism. It means that they are bringing the mind towards the external world and attaching the mind to objects, things in the external world, vibrations, external vibrations. So that those are the agents of the mind. So mind goes into that direction. And this is, let's say, the evil force. Okay, so so those are the Kauravas. That is Mamaka, those on my side, mine. And my people, means the mind is saying, they are going to face who? They are facing the Pandavas. Now, what is the inner meaning? Panda means spiritual knowledge. Panda is that knowledge, I am Brahma, I am cosmic consciousness. And that one that has this knowledge is Pandu. So there was, the one king was Pandu, the other king was Dhritarashtra. So Pandu couldn't rule. He, for different reasons, which you will read in the Mahabharata, no? Pandu couldn't rule, so he had to leave the kingdom to Dhritarashtra, his blind brother, and he took over. So now Pandu symbolically is spiritual knowledge. So they couldn't rule. Now the blind mind is ruling, and the war is starting between those on the side of the blind mind and those on the side of spiritual knowledge. So the Pandava is those on the side of spiritual knowledge. What is this Pandava? Basically, these are the stages that we go through in our spiritual sadhana, in our practice. We go through these stages. This is the Pandava, the 5 Pandavas. So spiritual sadhana is basically elevate the Kundalini, which is our consciousness, which is lying on the lowest chakra, sleeping. So our consciousness is sleeping. Now we have to awaken our consciousness, bring it up through the various stages, which are the various chakras, from the Muladhara, which is the first one, to the last one, Sahasrara, which is Krishna. So now that is, the war is happening. So the war starts when this Kundalini is to be awakened and brought up through the various chakras. And in this process, it is facing the Kauravas, the enemies, the agents of the mind. So that is the fight. One side, Kundalini passing through the 5 chakras. Other side, the 100 agents pulling it. It means Kundalini wants to go up through the chakras, but the Kauravas are blocking it and pulling the mind through different directions. So that is the fight of sadhana. That's the internal fight. It's happening within us always. At the same time, in the external world, there was the Mahabharata, and there was the fight between these 5 brothers and the 100 Kauravas. Quite interesting. The field of battle, it's happening within us, and that's the Dharma Kshetra. And without this body, we cannot practice sadhana, we cannot practice dharma. So we need the body. So this Dharma Kshetra is fundamental so that we can continue this battle. That's one part. On the other side, there is the Kurukshetra. What is Kuru? Kuru means do. So what is happening in the Kurukshetra? The chant in the Kurukshetra is do something, do something. We wake up in the morning, open our eyes, we already have to do something. We start doing, 24 hours doing, 365 days doing in the Kurukshetra. So this Kurukshetra is the world that we live in. So Kurukshetra, the world. Dharmakshetra, our physical structure. The war is going on these 2 levels. So the war in individual life, if the Pandavas win, we attain realization, we attain salvation. So now this war is happening within us. If the Pandavas win, we get salvation, we get enlightenment. In the collective life, in the society, in the social life, it doesn't end. There is not that the whole society attains salvation simultaneously. No, it continues. It will go on and on forever. It went on in the time of Krishna. That time Dharma was down, now Krishna came, Dharma went up. But by today, you can see the position of Dharma in our society. So now Dharma again went down. So now again this process is happening to put Dharma up again. So in individual life, what can we do? We do sadhana. Do sadhana, spiritual sadhana towards the goal to attain salvation. And in collective life, what do we do? Now, we have spiritual force, we have intellectual force or psychic force, we have physical force. We need to use it to do something, to serve, to do something good for humanity, selflessly. Without personal interest. It's not for our personal gain. We have to do something without that idea of getting. We have to give. So that is service. So in that way, we can balance individual life and collective life through sadhana and service. And the blind mind Dhritarashtra asked, Kim akurvata? What are they doing? O Sanjay, tell me. O conscience, you can see, said the blind mind. So the mind is blind, can't see, so it has to ask conscience, conscience, what's going on? Now these two parties are there ready to battle. What's happening? So why did the mind ask? The mind asked because mind doesn't have insight. It doesn't have discrimination. It goes in any direction. So the senses can pull it. We see something attractive, we go in that direction. We hear something attractive, we go in that direction. We taste something that is very nice, then we want more. And we may make big mistakes. So now we need the conscience, the power of discrimination to tell us, hey, don't do that. Hey, do this. So that's what we need. And that is Sanjay. So the blind mind Dhritarashtra asked to Sanjay, what's happening? So that is the meaning of Dhritarashtra, meaning of Sanjay, the blind king, the conscience, and then the Pandavas, Kauravas. Now let's see more about meaning. The main Kaurava brother is called Duryodhana. If we understand this word Duryodhana, then we will understand the inner meaning. Dur means difficult. Jud means fight against. Something difficult to fight against, that's Duryodhana. It's that one, something that is so difficult that even a very good person has difficulty with it. That is Duryodhana. So it is within our structure, Duryodhana will be those tendencies of our mind that we are fighting, but still we are having hard time with them. So that's Duryodhana. And in the external, in the Mahabharata, Duryodhana was the leader of the Kauravas. In fact, he was the main cause of the whole problem. And then another brother, Kaurava brother, was Dushasana. And that same has the similar meaning. Here you can see this sentence. I will not be greedy anymore. But then they come with the nice ice cream and I take one small, a little bit, and then would you like some more? Sure, a little bit more, and then some more. Oh, no, I should not be greedy, but I want more. We are always fighting it, but it's very difficult to control. So that's the meaning of Dushasana, that which I cannot bring under control. So that's another of the Kaurava brothers. So in the beginning of the Mahabharata, Duryodhana, Dushasana, they were playing with the Pandavas. They were winning. But with the help of Krishna and through the whole drama, then the Pandavas started winning. So just understanding the meaning of these various words, give us a good insight in the philosophy of the Gita. So that is the verse number 1. Just repeating, the mind, Dhritarashtra Uvacha. Dhritarashtra is saying, "O Sanjay, now that my children and the children of Pandu have gathered on the battlefield of Dharmakshetra, of Kurukshetra, eager to fight, what is taking place?" And that is the first part of our presentation today. And I would like to do a short exercise with you. It's an exercise of visualization. So I would like you to sit in a good position in your chair and close the eyes for a moment. And let's do this exercise of visualization. Visualize that within you, this war is about to start. And you have two sides on this war. And on one side, you see a glorious, strong first chakra, which is Sahadeva, ready for battle. And besides him is Nakul, another warrior representing the liquid factor. Powerful warrior, ready for battle. And besides him, you have another warrior, very luminous, Arjuna, powerful, full of energy, ready to battle. And besides him, there is another warrior, Bhima, strong like a powerful wind, a wind that can move mountains, ready for battle. And besides him, another warrior is Yudhishthira, very calm, very composed, controlled energy. You have these 5 warriors, and they are very calm, peaceful, composed. And on the other side, it's within you, you have a bunch of other warriors, Kauravas, pulling your mind in different directions, pulling your mind towards greed and hate and fear and indifference, hopelessness, and so many other feelings that we experience in our daily life. But within us, we know that those 5 warriors will maintain our balance, will keep our structure in good order. And that gives us a lot of confidence. And even further, we get more confidence when we see that Krishna is on the side of these 5 warriors and is within us also, guiding us through the battles of our daily life. And this feeling of full confidence that this Krishna within us is guiding these 5 warriors to overcome the daily battles of our life. And we can open our eyes. And that's the exercise. Okay, just a short question here. Let me see. Okay, that's good for now. So that's the first part of today's presentation. And let's go to the next one. Or let me ask you this question. How do you feel after this exercise? Let's see. Give your votes. I would like most of you to vote. We are in the 40%, few more. Just I usually like to reach to 80%, but today, if you can click there in your answer. Okay, seems we have unanimous so far. All right, okay. I think we have enough people voting now. Let's close it, share the results. Okay, I feel that my mind is light. That is more light. So that's the unanimous answer from those attending, the majority. Not all have voted, so the majority attending. All right, so visualization is one of the main practices in sadhana, in a spiritual practice. So visualization always helps if it is done in the right way. So the main thing here is that in every spiritual practice that we have, every practice of meditation, there is a process of visualization. So if we follow that process to the best of our capacity, we will get benefit. So that's the advice on this practice of visualization. All right, so that was the first shloka of today. Let's go to the second one. Chapter 4, shloka number 7. Jada jada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata chabhyu tanama dharma siya tad atmanam shrijam yaham. Meaning, O Bharata, at a time when dharma is distorted and adharma is ascendant, I create myself out of my own fundamental factors. So who is saying that? Krishna. So the first one was Dhritarashtra was saying, Dhritarashtra Uvacha. Now this one is Krishna. Krishna is saying. Let's see the inner meaning. First word Bharata, which we already saw before. Bar plus al means the supplier of food. Then you add ta, you have all-round development. So Bharata. All-round development means all spheres of life, psychic and psycho-spiritual, plus in the physical sphere, basic survivals. Supplying food means pabula, not only physical, also psychic. So that's Bharata. So Krishna addresses Arjuna, you are Bharata. Now, that's for us. We are also Bharata, means we have to work for the welfare in all spheres of life, not only physical, but also psycho, spiritual. One very important word in this shloka is this word glani. Glani means something goes lower than its accepted standard. So in this case here, what is going below its standard? Dharma. Okay, let me hide this one. Sorry for that. Back to the shloka here. This word on the second sentence there, glani, is the important word here, that Dharma is going below its standard. So this is the shloka 4.7, okay, chapter 4, 7th shloka. Again, continuing with the inner meaning here, another important word, Tad Atma. It means he, the Supreme Personality, creates Tad Atma. Tad Atma in this case is that Supreme Soul, that soul. That in Tantric philosophy is Taraka Brahma. So now, when Dharma is going down, so he, the Krishna, creates Taraka Brahma. So now, Taraka Brahma is the physical manifestation of Krishna. So Taraka Brahma, the appearance of Taraka Brahma polarizes the society, Dharma and Adharma. It becomes very clear. Here is Dharma, here is Adharma. And now starts the fight, Dharma against Adharma. Adharma also fights Adharma, but in the end, Dharma will need to overcome Adharma. So that Taraka Brahma, that Atma, Tad Atma, makes the two ready for fight, Dharma and Adharma. So the shloka 4.7, O Bharata, at a time when Dharma is distorted, so Dharma went down, went below its standard. Adharma seems to be dominating, and we don't see any end to it. When we look at the social scene, we think, oh, Dharma will never win. We think Adharma is winning. There is no place for Dharma. So that's such situation. When such situation happens, then that's when Taraka Brahma or Tad Atma happens. So that's the shloka. And this part here, Jada Jada, what it means? It means in that particular moment, in that exact moment, in that situation, Dharmasya Glanir Bhavati, means Dharma went down. That is the glani of Dharma. So what happens at that time? That time, I Krishna takes his 5 fundamental factors, creates a body for him, and directly will help Dharma. So that is the main, one of the main messages of the Gita is that we should not despair in no situation. If we are with Dharma, then Krishna is with us, and Krishna will come in our inner life to elevate us, and in the social life to create a dharmic society. Maybe we look at the world, we hear the news, and we see a lot of problems and situations or what's going on. But what is going on is this polarization. Now Dharma is becoming strong. Adharma seems to be dominating everything, just like in the Mahabharata. In the Mahabharata, the Kauravas had the biggest army. They dominated everything. It seems it was looking like they will win everything. There was almost no hope, but Krishna was on the side of the Pandavas, so that changed the whole balance. Okay, so that was for today, and now I come to a summary here, and I'll just review these 2 slokas, and then you have time to ask questions on this topic, or if you have something from previous classes, you can also ask. So the first shloka is the 1:1, Dhritarashtra Uvacha. Dhritarashtra, the blind mind, said, Dharma kshetre kurukshetre samaveta ju yutsava mamaka pandavash choiva kim akurvata Sanjay. O Sanjay, now that my children and the children of Pandu, they have gathered on the battlefield of Dharmakshetra and Kurukshetra, they are eager to fight. What's happening? Now, mind is in understanding that the battle is there, is the blind mind. Understand that there is this battle and what's going on, because it doesn't have the power of discrimination. So he's asking Sanjay, what's happening? No, so that's a very profound philosophical explanation, what's going on within our structure, and also what's going on in the society outside. 2 sides are there, they are fighting. What's happening? Mind can't understand, needs conscience to understand. So that's one. And the other one is, okay, situation is very bad. It seems Dharma is down, is losing. But Bharata, don't worry. I will come. So that is Krishna saying. So we should never despair in our life. Even in our individual life, when we will be in the darkest hour, if we go deep within, we'll find that Krishna which will take us out from that darkest moment. So this is the summary, and now you have some time for questions. Please type your questions in the chat window, and let's see if any question today. Just a moment. What is conscience? You refer to Vivek, discrimination? Yes. Sanjay and Vivek is the same thing. Vivek is discrimination, discernment, and the word Sanjay actually means complete victory. So discrimination. What is discrimination? There is the, let's say, good force and the evil force are fighting. If good force is more, so the resultant means the good force minus evil force is positive, then there is discrimination. It means the good force is dominating, so it's making you do good actions. So your discriminative capacity exists, is more. If the evil force is more, then you will go on making bad decisions. So what's the thing? We make a bad decision. We shouldn't think, oh, I did a bad decision. Why? Why? Because at that moment, evil force was more. So what we have to do? In daily life, we encourage the positive force every day. That's why meditation, daily, every day, morning and evening. We may think, oh, my meditation is not good. There is no good, no bad. It is always good. It's like going to the gym. When I go to the gym to do exercises, some days I feel very strong and the exercises are very easy. I think, oh, today was very good. But some days, somehow my body is not in the right way like that. And when I do, I get tired, but still I'm getting benefit. If I only do in the days that I really feel good, it will be not enough. And maybe those days that I'm not feeling good are the days that I really need it. Therefore, never think, oh, my meditation is good, my meditation is bad. Just set the time, sit there, do your best, and that's working. Okay, so in that way, you are increasing positive force. When the time to take a decision comes, automatically it guides you. So that's the positive force minus negative force. The resultant is vivek, conscience. And that takes you to victory, samjai. So samjai and vivek is the same. We are going to talk about that in the course. Okay. Question. What's the connection between the spiritual practice of Guru Puja and this Mahabharata? In the Guru Puja is basically when we offer ourselves to the Supreme. So it's like, let's say, after the meditation, I do the Guru Puja, means I'm offering myself. That is surrender. That is a practice to attain pranipata. So it's very much related. When we talked about the 3 vital factors, first one was pranipatena, means pranipata, surrender. So developing surrender. I do Guru Puja, means I surrender my everything, my mind, or everything that's coming in my mind, I surrender myself. That's a very important practice. So it's very much related. And in the Mahabharata, basically Arjuna surrendered to Krishna. At a certain point he said, Krishna, I can't understand anymore, so you please guide me. So that is so this teaching is within the Gita, to surrender. Okay, that's another question. I see only these 2 questions. Let us end the presentation for today. Thank you very much for participating live. I know many people are waiting for the video. Still, it's always good to be live. Creates a different feeling. And I hope to see you next time. Namaskar.